What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Football Talk. In this episode, I'm discussing the recent transaction in the NFL. Peyton Manning decides to go with the Denver Broncos, and this is great news for Denver Broncos. They finally have a legitimate quarterback. The deal is reported to be a 5-year deal, $96 million, which, you know what? For Broncos, I say that's worth it. You know, obviously, Peyton Manning can still throw the ball, or at least he throws at a level where John Elway feels comfortable, because Peyton Manning worked out for him. John Elway was there. He saw it firsthand. John Elway knows what it's like to be a real quarterback in this league. And obviously he still sees something in Peyton despite the neck injuries. So now Broncos, you have a legitimate quarterback. You have talented wide receivers. You lost Eddie Royal, which I think is a huge loss. But you still have pretty good talent in Eric Decker and Demaryius Thomas. And there's also reports of Dallas Clark also considering to go to Denver to join up with Peyton Manning, which Peyton Manning would obviously love that. He would love to have a former target. Peyton Manning opens up a lot for the Broncos. Obviously with a quarterback, a top-notch quarterback at that. We'll see if he still goes to the same level where he was. But you know what? He's still going to be at the top tier. Alright? So with a top-tier quarterback, that makes it a lot easier on your defense, because with Peyton Manning be able to go down, drive the offense, take control of the game, you can let your pass rushers pin their ears back and just go after the opposing quarterback a lot easier, right? Especially with Elvis Dumervil and Von Miller as your pass rushers. Right? You have a lot of weapons now. Well, Peyton Manning makes your weapons a lot more effective, I should say. Now, I'm not going to go out and say Denver's going to playoffs and all this stuff. I'm not buying into that yet. It's going to take a little bit for these guys to actually get into a rhythm. You know, as you saw with the Philadelphia Eagles this past year, the so-called dream team wasn't so much of a dream team because they needed time to get into a rhythm. Just like Peyton Manning with this offense, they're going to need the offseason. They're going to need all the preseason. It's probably going to take a couple weeks into the regular season as well. So it's not going to be right off the bat, oh, Peyton Manning's great. It's going to take a couple weeks to progress into that. Now, he does make them a very good, very legitimate contender to win the AFC West. So I think it's going to come down between the Broncos and the Chiefs. Chiefs have made a lot of good moves. I'm not sold on Castle as the quarterback, and they lost out on Kyle Orton. So I think that's going to hurt them. Typically in the NFL, usually your best quarterback in the division wins you the division. So with Peyton Manning, he's obviously the best quarterback in the AFC West. Plus you have Norv Turner, who constantly implodes the Chargers every single year, and what do you really have in Oakland? So it's going to come down between the Broncos and the Chiefs. It's going to be an interesting matchup. Also, with this Peyton Manning signing comes the talk of trading Tim Tebow. Now, whoever decides to go with Tebow obviously has a plan for him in mind. Tim Tebow, he's not going to start for another team. I mean, unless there's a team that I'm not aware of that is completely desperate at quarterback. The only team that I can kind of think of in order to put Tim Tebow as a starter would be the Jacksonville Jaguars. And even then, I'm still not sure. I think they'll still give the nod to Blaine Gabbert. What I've been hearing is the Jaguars, the only legitimate spot for him to be a starter. The Dolphins, which I'm not sure about that. The Packers probably as a situational player and probably to progress him as a better passer, which really I don't think that's going to happen. I mean, they've been trying to progress Tebow as a passer throughout his college career and even into the 2 years he played in the NFL. Still nothing. All he can do is just run the ball. So I still don't think that's going to happen. And the other team I've been hearing is the New England Patriots, especially with Belichick. He knows how to fit players in the different positions, like you saw with Troy Brown playing cornerback sometimes. I mean, it'll be interesting to see where Tebow goes. I mean, I don't know what team would really want Tebow if you think about it, because he's going to bring Tebow mania with him. I mean, I love the guy, I love the person, but the player, he's just going to cause a lot of headaches. The fans are going to be demanding Tebow. It's a tough thing to sell. going to be tough for somebody that actually want Tebow for his talent. I mean, the only thing Tebow is really going to be good for is ticket sales, and that's only good is if he starts, and I don't think he's going to start anywhere. So I don't know. We'll just have to see how that progresses. Let me know what you think about the whole Peyton Manning signing. Where do you think Tebow is going to go? Follow me on Twitter at RJFootballTalk. And also subscribe to the channel. That would be nice. And thank you for watching, and keep on tuning in.